Well, hey y'all. How are you? You know, surviving, not thriving, doing the best that I can out here, honey. So, as you guys know, I'm doing 75 hard. And one of the things that you have to do is read 10 pages of a nonfiction book. And listen, I am a determined person, not a motivated person. They're two different things, okay? I am not somebody who just, thrives on motivation alone. I have to be disciplined, and I am very hard-headed because, I'm a Taurus, baby. I'm very hard-headed and I'm very stubborn. So I will complete it, but I will complain the entire time. And I've had a very rough year, and it's been very hard to be motivated to do anything. So I have always been a big reader. I've been a big reader my entire life. My mom is a big reader. I am a library card holder. But I like to read what I like to read. I don't like being told what to read. So part of 75 Hard is you have to read 10 pages of a nonfiction book. Nonfiction is not my jam, but I'm trying. So I thought, well, there's probably other people doing 75 hard too. And everybody does their reading differently, whether it's, reading physically from a page on their Kindle, audiobooks, however have you. So I thought maybe I can do a video where I read my book to you like an audiobook. Anything to get through this. So if you like this kind of content, great. If you don't, that's okay. The people who get it, get it. The people who don't. The people who are meant for me will be. But I thought it would be fun to just, be reading together. So there's no fancy lighting. I'm at the library right now. That's the library back there. I'm at the library right now. I'm just sitting in my car. And I thought, well, let's get through this together. So I'm going to now I might not do it every day. I'll still do my reading, but I may not record it every day, so don't hold me to it. But I thought it would be fun to, get through this book. So this is me doing a 10-minute video of reading whatever book I'm reading. All right. So, like I said, this is not anything fancy. So I'm not an audio book person, but sometimes reading these books are painful, and I need, something that does keep me motivated is posting online. If I post something online, I can guarantee it will be done, because listen, when I tell you, people on the internet will keep you accountable. Anyway, so I only have to read 10 pages, but I'm going to do 10-minute videos when it comes to reading the book. So today we are reading Becoming Supernatural by Dr. Joe Dispenza. And if you have the Libby app, you can find it on the Libby app. All right, well, I don't know how to set you up, so give me 1 second. All right, let's get started. Page 1. Forward. Throughout human history, there have been accounts of everyday people having experience catapult them beyond the limits of what was thought to be possible. From the multi-century lifespan of Lai Ching-yun, the martial artist whose 256-year-long life began in 1677 and included 14 wives and over 200 children before he died in 1933, to the spontaneous healing of Madrid diseases documented by the Institute of Noetic Sciences, IONS, through 3,500 references from over 800 journals in 20 languages. The evidence clearly tells us that we're not what we've been told in the past, and even more we're allowed ourselves to imagine. As the acceptance of expanded human potential gains mainstream momentum, the question has shifted from what is possible in our lives to how do we do it? How do we awaken our extraordinary potential to everyday life? The answer to this question forms the foundation for this book, Becoming Supernatural: How Common People Are Doing the Uncommon. Dr. Joe Dispenza is a doctor, a scientist, modern-day mystic. He also has a synthesizer of information with a vision that extends beyond the confines of a single scientific discipline. Drawing from the diverse fields of rock-solid science, such as epigenetics, molecular biology, neurocardiology, and quantum physics, Joe crosses the traditional boundaries that have separated a scientific thinking and human experience to the past. In doing so, he opens the door to a bold new paradigm of self-actualized empowerment, a way of thinking and living based upon what sense is possible in our lives, as well as we accept as scientific fact. This new frontier of realized potential is redefining what it means to be a fully enabled, fully capacitated human. As a frontier that holds promise for everyone from homemakers, students, and skilled laborers to scientists, engineers, and healthcare professionals. The reason for such a wide appeal is that Joe's work today parallels a proven model that masters have used successfully with their students for centuries. The idea of this model is simple. Once we have a direct experience of a greater potential, it frees us to embrace that potential in our everyday lives. The book you hold in your hands, Becoming Supernatural, is the first of its kind manual that does precisely this. It leads us on a step-by-step journey to achieving our greatest potential in body health, relationships, life's purpose, and allows us to take that journey at our own pace. It was in the walls of a cave of the Tibetan plateau that I saw for myself the same model that was used by the greatest yogic masters of the past, of his free students, of his own limited beliefs. The legacy of his teaching remains today preserved in the native rock that provided both the home and the classroom for the master 8 centuries ago. In the spring of 1998, I facilitated a group pilgrimage into the highlands of western Tibet. Our route led directly to the remote cave of the 11th century poet, mystic, and yogi Ustan Malaprera, known in his day as simply as Malaprera. I first learned the legendary yoga while I was a student in this Sitku mystic that became my yoga teacher in the 1980s. For years, I studied the mystery surrounding Malaria's life. Now he had come of a privileged family, yet chose to repronounce his worldly possessions. The brutal and tragic circumstances of losing his family, loved ones to mass violence. Now it's his revenge and subsequent suffering led to his retreat, high in the Himalayan mountains, where he discovered his extraordinary potential to a devoted yogi. I wanted to see for myself the place where Malaprera breached the laws of physics and demonstrate to himself that his students are now confined in their lives only by the limits of our own beliefs. 19 days into my journey, I had the opportunity to do just that. If you like this series, join me for the many, many parts. I'll see you next time. Bye.